Hello, welcome back. So in today's video I wanted to come over to the caravan and give it a good clean. Once it was clean, I noticed that due to the age of the caravan, it's quite dull still. So although it's clean, it's still quite dull. So I thought I'd share with you this video where I'm going to try and restore the caravan, or the paintwork on the caravan, and then give it a polish afterwards. So this is not sponsored in any way by the products that I'm going to use. It's just products that I have used before. So to begin with, we're going to be using Silky Restore, and once we've done that, I'm gonna be using the Silky Fine Shine, which is a polish essentially. There are a few discussions out there that happen all the time about whether you can or can't use car polish. It is recommended that you don't, just because a caravan's paint is not as thick as car paint, so the paint is very thin, and especially on an older caravan you have to be careful when you restore the paintwork. So I would stick with caravan polish, or you can get marine polish that's designed for boats and things like that. Whereas a car polish, or a car's paint, should I say, is very thick. So when you, for example, cut it or restore the paintwork, it takes a very thin layer of paint off, which will get rid of swirl marks and things like that. But with a caravan, because the paint is so thin, you do have to be very careful. So that's the reason we are going to stick with the caravan polish and cut. Again, because of the age of the caravan, we have to be that little bit more careful. So let's go outside and we'll try it out. Right, so we'll start off with the things that you're going to need, as well as so we'll begin with restoring it. You're going to need microfiber cloths. You're going to have to be very careful to keep those clean, not to drop them on the floor. If you do drop it on the floor or get any grit on it, just stop using it. Get another one, because obviously it's going to scratch the paintwork. We've got a bottle of water. There is nothing in here. It's just water, so there's nothing added to it. It's not actually, this is just a spare bottle that I had, and that's so when you put, according to Silky, the way that you are meant to do it is you only do a 50 by 50 centimeter section at a time, and you use the water just to keep it cool. Obviously it's a very nice day. One of the downsides, or the biggest downside, of wanting to wash or polish your car or caravan is the watermarks. It's very hot, so it can make it very difficult to take off the restoring compound, as if it isn't hard enough already. So we just use the water, which makes it that much easier. So before I begin, I just wanted to sort of show how dull the paintwork is on the front. It's not shiny at all. Again, it's not a new caravan, so it is quite old, which won't help with how dull the paintwork is. We're going to see if we can change that today. So I'm going to start by giving it a good shake, just to make sure that there are no clumps or anything. Mix it all up where it hasn't been used. Then put a small blob on your cloth. Right, so I've only done the front half, so I'll move on to that half, polishing that half, shall I say, just so that we can see the difference. I'm sure that you don't want to sit here all day watching me polish the front of a caravan, but we'll polish this side, see if we'll see an even bigger difference between the two halves, and then we can make a comparison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those other two microfiber cloths aside because we don't want to mix the restore compound with the polish. So I've got two new cloths to do the polishing with. So I'll just set these away for now, and then we're not going to get mixed up of what we've used and what we haven't. Right, so now they've been put away, let's make a start on the polish. Right, so there you have it. Just because you've got an old caravan or an older caravan does not mean that you can't have a shiny caravan. So there are obvious benefits to restoring and polishing your caravan. One is obviously making it shiny, and the other is if you do get any dirt or anything like that. The biggest bane of my life at the moment is birds, because we park our caravan under a tree, so we have birds sit in the tree above and mess all over it, if that's what you call them. So I'll see if I can show you the difference. So here we are. I don't know if you can see that. Try and get it in a good light. You've got that, and then you've got this that's really flat and dull in comparison. I wanted to do just one half, just so you can see the difference, but like I say, the difference between this and the other side is massive. So there you have it. Anyway, I'm sure that you don't want to watch me restore and polish the rest of the caravan, so I'll get on and do the rest. I'll add photos at the end of when I've finished, rather than you sitting here for 3 hours watching me. I'm sure it's not going to make good content. But if you've got any other ideas or tips or hints, different products that you use, put them in the comments below, and share them with the rest of us, because I mean, the only reason I'm using these products is because I watched somebody else on YouTube using them, and he was really impressed with the results, as am I. But it's not to say this is the best product out there. This is just what we use. So if there are any products that you would highly recommend, let us know. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us for more.